In what should only be called an amazing twist of fate, just as Flash finally caved out from under us, a Newgrounds-affiliated video game took off like a rising star. If you've seen a YouTube thumbnail in the last couple of months or so, you'll likely have seen this woman. And believe it or not, she isn't a panty and stocking styled Paulina from Mario Odyssey, or a girl from the default GameStop box art. She's from this.
3, 2, 1.
What you see is what you get. Friday Night Funkin' is a rhythm game through and through, but where it separates itself from the monotonous, watered-down, endless sea of DDR and other rhythm-based sequels is its unrelenting charisma and celebration of its community. The game is littered with Newgrounds cameos. Zone Tan, Hellbenders, Meat Boy, even Pico himself. Developed as part of a game jam, FNF's gameplay is simple, as is its premise, which seems almost ripped from a Studio Trigger anime. To win your lady love's heart, you'll have to beat her evil rockstar dad through the power of song and rhythm. Turns out, what they mean by song and rhythm is beatboxing like an Animal Crossing character. You'll battle across several different weeks to gain her favor. One such battle has you pitted against her mom, and honestly, seeing her has got me questioning my loyalties. These subsequent battles don't introduce any new mechanics, but they take full advantage of the genre they're in, and use visual flair that'd be harder to use in other video games where you'd have more control, like these dancing demons, or how every character just seems to bop to the beat. Most of these levels weren't even included in the base game, and were doled out over multiple patches. One battle even changes the entire art style of the game, which sets an interesting precedent for future updates. Outside of story mode, there's also free play, which lets you select individual songs instead of a set. Bare bones for sure, but this is a reasonable amount of content, especially for a free game. But all of it is plagued by one giant issue I have. I'll be getting to that soon. It's hard to pinpoint the exact reason Friday Night Funkin' has taken off like it has, but one thing that certainly helped, besides not costing money, is its constant charm and cute details, like Boyfriend giving a peace sign between verses, this mall Santa getting held at gunpoint mid-song, and Girlfriend's hair wishing as this train passes by. Even Boyfriend's verses sound like adorable impersonations of the person he's battling against. Little things like this are what invigorate FNF with a heart and soul that so many music games on Steam just don't have. Of course, this isn't the first title to gain a reputation for style purely on looks alone. While you could argue that at the end of the day, Persona is simply a turn-based JRPG, it's hard to deny how much the loud, colorful, and abrasive menus come together to be more than the sum of their parts, and elevated above other games in this genre, with everything from attacks to menu selections feeling all the more satisfying for it. With that in mind, it's easy to see why Friday Night Funkin', much like its music, can be hard to get out of your head. On top of all that, there's another ace this game has up its sleeve, and that's the mod scene. Friday Night Funkin's open source code has allowed countless gamers to dish out their own spins and takes on the game. These range from the cute and modest, like this one that replaces the 8-bit battle with Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club, to entire reworks of the game, like B-Side, which is easily the most popular. More than just a palette swap, this mod remixes most of the songs in such a way that they hit harder and faster than they did before. It's nuts, and if you just can't wait for the next update, it's more than worthy of your time. It isn't all sunshine and rainbows though. Friday Night Funkin' definitely has some downsides. Some minor, some not so much. These drag lines on arrows overlap oddly during battles, and the game as a whole lacks a nice sense of progression? Don't get me wrong, it saves your score and everything, but I can't help but feel that there's something lacking in the unlockables department. Perhaps outfits for boyfriend or girlfriend, especially with a game as stylish as this. They'd have been nice additions. I also can't help but grieve for the missed gameplay opportunities here. While it might seem like a weird comparison to make, Undertale did a fantastic job of incorporating the personality of the person you're fighting into a mechanic. Imagine the mom and dad fight forcing you to anticipate oncoming arrows from both the top and bottom of the screen, or something to reflect the feeling of fighting two people at once. You don't get any of that with this. It's very simple, great fun, but simple nonetheless. I think this game will have the happy side effect of being the perfect entry point for a lot of people to discover what Newgrounds actually is, even if it doesn't have the same relevancy it once had. They're gonna wonder who all of these characters are and set out to discover them for themselves, for better or worse. In our youth, a lot of us were raised on things like The Ultimate Showdown, Rise of the Mushroom Kingdom, and Super Mario Bros. Z. While I might not be as impressionable and easily awestruck as I once was, it gives me great relief to see something as vibrant, catchy, and whimsical as Friday Night Funkin', taking off for an entirely new generation of people who appreciate and celebrate smaller, independent animation. Here's a video I did on a blatant ripoff someone did of Super Meat Boy. It's a cliche thing to say, but please do like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy what you've seen. It goes a long way in helping this place grow. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
This is the ultimate showdown. Ultimate destiny could